What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prizepicks MLB player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks from the later time slot games. So you should have plenty of time to lock these in after I do release this video. Yesterday we went 2-1, so we are officially on a 4-1 run. If you've been mixing and matching these picks in your tickets, hopefully you should be profiting by tuning in. If you enjoy this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out, and I'll be helping you guys out with these videos for free all MLB season long. If you're really looking to step up your game, I do offer premium content packages. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek behind the paywall here today, actually, with a couple of these picks, because I already kind of broke these down a little bit in the Discord, but we will discuss it. And it is patreon.com/KJK_DFS. Once again, if you're looking to really step up your game, I do give out 3 picks on the channels, but as far as like 3-pick entries in Prizepicks, that's really not optimal. Get into that a lot more in the premium content, but essentially you want to be playing a lot of 5 and 6 mans for long-term ROI. And I do get all my tickets. You kind of get all of my insight as to how to succeed long-term, all the stuff that I'm discussing about in there. There's just a ton of work that goes into this. Can't cover all that in all these videos, but I do my best to give you guys as much value as I can for free. If you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, you can use the promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. And locking these picks, start winning some money. So let's talk about it. We'll go game by game, as we always do. Like I said, I got 3 for you guys in the later time slot. In the first game we're going to discuss is going to be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Boston Red Sox. This game comes in with a 10.5 over/under. It is a 4.64 implied run total for the Cincinnati Reds. And let's go ahead and pull up this research tab in the VIP package. Like I said, I already broke down a ton of why I like these specific picks. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek here. Pull it up and break it down. So the Cincinnati Reds are going to be taking on Mr. James Paxton tonight, who has been less than stellar in the hard contact category across the board on the season. As you can see, the numbers on the screen has not been good. Guys giving up a 331 WOBA to righties, a 222 ISO, 93 exit velocity average, 227.2 feet as far as average hit distance. The only really good thing he's got going on for him is that 32% K rate against those right-handed bats. And the lefty's 30% plus as well, but the K rate is really the only thing he has going for him, the high K rate. But outside of that, giving up a ton of hard contact, which of course is going to be pretty problematic if you don't strike the guy out. That's going to be an issue for him against 2 of these bats in this Cincinnati Reds order. First guy I'd like to touch on is going to be Matt McClain in the 2 spot. This is the projected lineup. Actually, the lineup did drop a little bit differently than this, but McClain has a 333 ISO, a 503 WOBA with only an 11.3% K rate against left-handed pitching on the season. So we talked about it. Paxton's getting barreled really, really bad against those right-handed hitters. And the only reason he's really having any success is that high strikeout rate. But the problem is when you're taking on a guy such as McClain with really, really good numbers against those lefties and only an 11.1% K rate against lefties, it's obviously going to cause some issues because you're getting barreled so much. So that's the first guy that I would like to discuss here. This is a great hitting environment as well in Boston tonight with the weather. We're talking about a 10.6% increase to home runs, an 11.2% increase to total runs, a 12.1% increase to ERA for hitters, 74-mile-an-hour temps, 8-mile-an-hour winds out to left center, and that's based on 185 games with the same matching current conditions here tonight. So kind of just talked about it, not to mention the bullpen for the Red Sox is really bad, and the Cincinnati Reds are the away team, so they're going to get those guaranteed at-bats in the top of the 9th. Boston is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th worst bullpen in the entire MLB with a 4.52 xBIP. So these are all really, really good things for Matt McClain, who, like I said, is going to hit at that top of the order. Really doesn't strike out a ton, and also mashes left-handed pitching. So it's going to be a great spot for him to take advantage here. And so he'll be pick number 1. And then the other pick we're going to talk about is going to be in the same Cincinnati Reds lineup. And it's going to be Nick Senzel. Same thing, some really solid numbers against left-handed pitching on the season, and he doesn't strike out. So those are both really, really good things, obviously, for him to succeed in this matchup. Talking about a 486 WOBA with an 11.4% K rate. Once again, just doesn't strike out a ton against left-handed pitching. 195 ISO. Both these guys doing a phenomenal job of putting the ball in play against those lefties. Both the guys not striking out a ton, and both in a matchup where, obviously, we talked about it, Paxton giving up a ton of hard contact. He's just striking guys out. So If you don't strike him out and you're giving up that many barrels, you're going to run into some incidents, some trouble. Do expect James Paxton to have some trouble here tonight with these two bats. So that's where we're going to kind of kick things off here in this video today with the Cincinnati Reds bats. Once again, a 4.64 implied run total. They are on the road, so they'll get those guaranteed at bats in the top of the ninth. That's always a bonus, especially when you're taking on, of course, a bad bullpen. We discussed with Boston, not the best bullpen. And both guys hit from the right-hand side of the plate. You got the nice wind blowing out to left center, which should help their case as well. And the last thing I'll bring up, actually, that I could have put in the research tab, but I'll just bring up here as far as how Fenway Park plays to opposing hitters. Of course, that's something we always have to factor in. You know, how do these ballparks play to these hitters? So I'll just pull it up on the screen here for you guys as well. The Red Sox Fenway Park plays pretty friendly across the board, honestly, to specifically left field, which is where we're targeting those right-handed bats off lefties. They got the green monster out there. You can see a lot of green going on as far as left field to those right-handed bats. Triples, doubles, average, on-base percentage, slugging, all the above. And the green monster, although it's tall, isn't really the deepest. We're talking 310 down that left field line. So certainly could see these guys maybe getting into one and leaving the yard with the numbers that they're featuring and the barrels that James Paxton's given up on the season. So pick number one, we will be going with, in the 2 spot, Mr. McLean here, Matt McLean. Once again, mashing lefties, doesn't strike out a ton. These are, of course, really, really good things for us when we're breaking down Paxton's numbers on the season. They are the away team, discussed that, so the guaranteed at-bats in the top of the ninth won't hurt our feelings, and a 7.0 hitter fantasy score is pretty respectable as well. It's not that high, especially for the implied team total that they have. McLean's been swinging the bat well, has hit this in 3 of the last 5. And do expect him to have some success in this matchup tonight in that 2 spot. So pick number one, we're going with the over 7.0 hitter fantasy score here for Matt McLean. That will be pick number one. And then pick number 2, going to go to his teammate. Talked about it, Nick Senzel. Although he's in the 7th spot, they are the away team. There's a good chance he's going to get the bat through a lot, especially if the team hits well together. As a team, obviously, the lineup's moving. They're scoring runs. They're rotating through the lineup. And Nick Senzel in that 7th spot, going to be in a fantastic spot as we discussed, and he has a hits, runs, and RBI prop available over here on Prizepicks today. So love that pick for pick number 2. Love that pick for pick number 1. But number 2 will be the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Mr. Nick Senzel. Those will be the first 2 picks, and then pick number 3, we're going to stick right in the same game. Talked about the great hitting weather. The Cincinnati Reds also don't feature the best pitching, so I think this is a matchup we can go ahead and target a Red Sox slugger in the heart of this lineup. For pick number 3, we will be talking about Mr. Rafael Devers. You might have heard of him before. He's going to be expected to hit in that 2 spot against Luke Weaver, who Luke Weaver is, no offense, not the best talent when it comes to pitching in the MLB. So certainly want to break down his numbers here for you guys. On the big screen, we'll pull up him. 1 second, please. Bear with me. Swap on over here. Yeah, so Mr. Luke Weaver, let's bring him up. The 2023 numbers against this Red Sox team. He has been less than stellar as well. Boston, Rafael Devers in that 2 spot. He's rocking a 218 ISO with a 308 WOBA. Really, really good stuff. 19.6% K rate, 4.9% walk rate. So he's mashing, as he has been for a long time now. You look at the numbers against lefties for Luke Weaver. Giving up a 290 WOBA, 188 ISO, not the worst in the world, I will say. So you got to give him a little bit of credit there. But he also only has an 18.7% K rate and an 8% walk rate. So has some walk issues, really doesn't have the highest of K rates, and that's going to be an issue when you're facing a slugger like a Rafael Devers, because honestly, a lot of times when it comes to getting him out, you're going to be relying on striking him out, just due to the fact that obviously when he puts a ball in play, he's going to be barreling balls at a pretty high rate. And Luke Weaver, like I said, not good across the board. He does have worse numbers against righties, but overall, I just expect this Red Sox lineup to move really good tonight. They do have one of the highest implied run totals on the slate as well. And this could obviously cause some issues for Luke Weaver as they're rotating through the lineup. Cincinnati also has one of the worst bullpens in the MLB, I believe. Let's see. I just want to give you the exact as far as where they ranked out for Cincinnati. 20. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th worst in the entire MLB in bullpen. So once again, not the greatest of bullpens, and a 5.86 implied run total for the Red Sox. As far as the latest on the data, that's the highest on the slate, topping the LA Dodgers by 0.02. So Red Sox expected to put up a lot of runs, taking on Luke Weaver, the bad bullpen, and Rafael Devers absolutely mashes. Honestly, when it comes to targeting him, the only thing that worries me is if the guy's an elite strikeout guy. Luke Weaver is not that guy. So we talked about the great hitting weather in Boston tonight. 5.86 implied run total. Go ahead and give me some exposure to Mr. Rafael Devers tonight, and I feel really, really good about it. For pick number 3, going with the over 7.5 hitter fantasy score. He was on the shelf a little bit, dealing with a little bit of injuries last time out against the same Cincinnati squad. Put up 12 hitter fantasy score. Typically, when a guy goes on the IL like that, randomly, out of nowhere, he's not like an in-game injury or something. There's something going on behind the scenes that we don't quite know about. So that makes me feel even better that he came out and had a big game last time out. I think we could see him back full speed, ready to go, fully healthy. Rafael Devers. For pick number 3, going with the over 7.5 hitter fantasy score here on this video today. And that will be my 3 picks to get you win some money over here on Prizepicks in the MLB tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Once again, if you're looking to really ramp up your game, the premium content packages is where you're going to want to check out. That's linked below in the description. If you're just playing for fun, not exactly getting as serious, I fully understand that. That's why I provide these videos to you for free. And yeah, that's all for me, guys. Hopefully we can keep this streak going here tonight. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks MLB player props, and we will see you in the next one.